Shalom, everyone. Welcome to LJ Spurs chat. Looks like I'm on me ones tonight, everyone. So I'll keep this quite short. Hope you're all well. Thanks for tuning in. Newcastle 2, Spurs 0. And as it says, their mistakes cost us. But I will have a bit of a moan after this because the amount of hate and slagging off of the manager and the team all over social media, especially Twitter or X, whatever you call it, was, in my opinion, absolutely mental. So, anyway, excuse me if I keep sniffing. I'm not on the old Charlie. I'm just still getting over this bloody disease. Right. So last night, a display which wasn't reflected by the score, in my opinion. Playing a centre midfield, a centre back, Bergvall with Sarr in the middle, no kudos or Mawani till late on. Spurs will be kicking themselves that a decent display didn't get what they perhaps deserved after two mistakes ultimately cost them their place in this year's Carabao Cup competition. After the expected opening 20 minutes onslaught from the Geordies, Spurs were comfortable at what is usually a horrible place to come to for the club. As I said, social media overreaction as usual, just obviously looking at the result. But as I commented on some of them, if you can't see the progression being made under Thomas Frank, then you must be blind. There's going to be some bumps along the road, but the foundations are clearly there, in my opinion. And on another night, Spurs could have come away with a victory, but the usual final third problems are evident. And until the window comes along, it'll probably stay like that until a striker is brought in, or unless Mawani kicks on. I thought that Xavi Simons had probably his best game in a Spurs shirt, and I think that he will get better and better, but you won't see the best of him until he's surrounded by better players in that final third. Kingsley made a howler for the second goal. Shame for him, really, because he's been waiting for his chance. But at the end of the day, if you're a keeper, you've got to come out. If you're going to come out like that, you've got to punch it. Richie could have had at least a couple of goals, but more often than not was on his arse when a cross came into the box for him. And he just sort of, he's reactive, isn't he? Not proactive, Richie. Do you know what I mean? He's not good enough, in my opinion, to be fair. I don't want to slag him off too much because some of his movement and actually his control was good last night, but he just didn't. I don't know if his confidence or what, he just didn't look like he was going to score. He had one from a cross, which Ramsdale saved, but apart from that, he was, like, as I said, reactive instead of proactive. Sarr brought a great save from Ramsdale in the Newcastle goal, so Spurs shouldn't be too despondent, really. Yeah, they're out of the cup, but it's only the Carabao Cup, so we've got bigger fish to fry. Thomas Frank, he had to change things as so many games are coming up, plus the added fact we've already had a load of injuries, so fresh faces had to be played. So let's try and look at the positives, because Rome wasn't built in a day. As I said, some of these reactions from some of the fans is mental, and I did go through a bit of a blocking spree last night, to be honest, because I was getting pissed off of it. You know what I mean? I just don't understand it. Do they not watch the games? As I said, if you tuned into me last year, I wasn't confident about this game. And even though, like I said, they'd done a 20-minute onslaught, which we all expected at St James's Park, I was sitting there thinking this is comfortable. And it was two mistakes. Newcastle only had 3 shots on target, scored 2 goals. A bit like the Villa, 2 shots on target, scored 2 goals. So it's the final third. It's so blindingly obvious that it's the final third what's causing Spurs the problems. And those that are saying Thomas Frank, this, that, what is he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? He can only work with the players he's got. And I'm liking Mawani. He's shown flashes. I hope he actually starts against Chelsea. But no one's going to make those front three brilliant. He had to rest Kudos, who looked knackered. He even looked knackered when he came on. Do you know what I mean? Give the man a chance. And I'm going to stick by what I said. Give him this window and give him the summer window. Rome weren't built in a day, as I said. Anyway, Thomas Frank said on the performance, I think it was a very even game. I think it was small margins that decided it. I think our performance was good. I think the way we played the game, especially how we built it from behind phase 1, especially phase 2, I think we controlled the game much more. I think we had some short connections in the middle of the pitch. I think we found Lucas and Xavi in good positions. So I think that it was one of our better offensive performances for this season. He was right. you could say it was not like we created 500% chances, but we created some really big chances. I think Ramsdale had some really good saves, and we had 6 or 7 very good moments where Richarlison arrived a second too late, or the final pass could have been even more cutting edge quality to have created even more. So it's just what I said there. It's Richarlison, man. So overall, I'm happy with the performance. Of course, I'm super disappointed that we lost. I'm also disappointed that we're out. We would love to progress and be in the draw tonight. So basically, yeah, I totally agree with Thomas Frank. I really do. And on another night, as I said, we could have won that, or we could have got it to go to penalties. Yeah, that's all right, Milton. But what else does? I'd love people to put on here. What else do you want him to do? What else do you want him to do? I expected, especially with the changes, a poor performance. We always play crap up there, but we actually didn't. We actually didn't. And I'm just going to say the positives out of it. Like I said, Simmons played really well. Danzo again at the back played well, except for that pass which did lead to the goal. Spence looked good. I thought they played well. It's weird, isn't it, how football works, because we've probably played worse, even away from home, and won. And then you play probably, apart from the Manchester City game, you probably play one of the best performances away from home at a difficult place. Play really, really well. Get knocked out of the cup. That's just how football is. But I still stick to the thing where you can see what he's doing. Some of the Newcastle are really good at pressing. Really good at pressing. And we actually played around that press quite well, I thought, because it's a very difficult press. Bit like Everton, really. They press us really hard, but it's good that we're making waves. I don't know if they've been practicing it or not, but making waves to get through that press, which is good because a lot of teams do press now, don't they? It's the in thing to do with it. The only thing I would say, well, it's the final third again. They need to be told or learn how to press together. If one player presses, then there's no point. You're just wasting your time. You've got to, all three of you. If it's a front three, you've got to all press. But there are signs there, Spurs fans. Let's keep the faith. It's too easy to jump on the bandwagon and say, I've seen things like Frank's out of his depth. The team didn't show up. 5,000 fans went all the way up there to see a shit performance, no effort. I mean, do they just be happy at being unhappy? Do you know what I mean? And fair play to those fans that went up there. 5,000 is a lot to take up there. But I just don't. Please let me know if you agree with me. Obviously, we're all disappointed of the result, and that is why I don't ever come on after a game an hour or two, or even straight away after, because I just let myself chill out and try and be a bit sensible. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. If you played shit, I'd come on here and say we played shit. But I just can't see how anyone can say that we played shit. I actually can't. I thought they'd done all right. Looking forward to the Chelsea game. Not really sure what to expect, to be honest with you, because in the past it doesn't matter if Chelsea are bottom of the league and we're top of the league. We seem to just lose to them, and also depends what team they put out. But I think we could keep them out defensively. But again, it's just the final third. Eop Chock. How you doing, mate? No, I'm just going on here. I don't know if you've seen. I just cannot understand why so many fans all over social media was absolutely hammering Frank last night, hammering the team last night. I just don't get it. I cannot get it in there. I don't think there's. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe all you lot say I'm being too optimistic. I always like to think that I'll say there's another one. Was you not happy with it either then? I thought they'd done all right yesterday. Considering the changes, I thought they'd done all right. I really did. I thought they'd done all right last night. What else did we expect? You buy shit forwards, you pay 100% agree with you on that. I thought they'd done all right, as I've been saying tonight. But it is the final third. They don't press enough and they couldn't score in a brothel. Our top scorer this year is Van der Ven on 5 goals, and then the next is own goals on 4. So enough said. I totally agree with you. But I can see what Frank's doing. I can. And I thought they played all right last night. I am a bit worried about Polina, I thought he was brilliant at the back yesterday. Considering he was in central defence, I thought he was brilliant. But I'm going to get worried because I can understand why he is playing him in every game, but he's going to get burnt out, and him and Kudus are really important. I hope Kudus is all right for Saturday because, as I said, he looked absolutely shattered. And that was at JOINN, and I think JOINN hacked him yesterday. I don't know how he got away with that, to be honest. But yeah, I don't agree with our footballers should be playing Sunday League. But the forward line, I totally do. Yeah, 100% agree with you, mate. I do 100% agree on it. I think that, yeah, the football is shit to watch, but I think what he's done, I've said it before here, what he's done, he's tried to make us more solid, which he has, because he knows we ain't got anything up top. And he's probably, he won't never say it, but he's probably waiting for the transfer window just like we are. I'd guarantee he's already said, look, go after so whatever, you know what I mean? I do think he could have give Scarlett a run out, do you know what I mean, instead of playing Richarlison. But we've just got to hope that Buhani starts against Chelsea, and he could be the answer. I'm just hoping he's the answer, because if not, it's going to be a very long November and a very long December. And January window is proper hard. It's notoriously hard to get a forward. But yeah, we are paying for it now. We've gone from a couple of years ago to Son and Kane, which was the best ever partnership in the Premier League, to Richarlison and Tell. I mean, that is mental. Plus, we're missing goals from Kuvaletsky. Bit of opening up teams for Maddison. But I see the last two games, even though Simmons hasn't done much, he has improved, and he seems to improve when he's around Muriani. So he will improve with the better players around him, I think. We just got to be patient. We all know, you've said it yourself, we all know where the problem is. So no doubt Thomas Frank knows where the problem is. No doubt the scouts and whoever has to know in the club knows. We've got a hard couple of games coming up now. A hard month coming up. So we just got to grin and bear it. Do you know what I mean? As I said, Rome wasn't built in a day. But there's no patience, is there, anymore in football? So that's about it, though. So I'm on with Jack Jones tonight. I'll keep it short and sweet, but please let me know in the comments if I'm being too optimistic in your view. There was a few on social media that I did chat to that did have my point of view as well. But it just disappoints me, man. It's like we've got a lot of fans out there that seems to be only happy if they're unhappy. And I just sometimes think, what game did you watch? It really does baffle me. But anyway, I'll see you on probably Sunday night after we played Chelsea on Saturday. Quick prediction, I'm going to be optimistic again, but I'm going to go for a 1-1. Even though I'd like to win, because it's our bogey team, I'd take a 1-1. Obviously, I'd love a win. But yeah, if we can do a 1-1, I'd be happy. If we could avoid defeat against our bogey team, I'd be well happy. So get your predictions in and see if you can win yourselves an LJ Spurs bug. Yes, January will tell us a tale or two. As I said on the other night's show, mate, I think they will, or I'm hoping there will be a signal of intent. And I'm hoping they go big in for Semenyo and big in for whatever striker. 2-2 draw against Chelsea. Okay, mate. Okay. If you're 2-2, my interest has dropped, mate. Yeah, I can understand. But listen, no matter what happened last year, and I know we won the cup, so I'm never going to slag Ange off. We saw regression after those first 10 games of his management. At least with Frank, you can see, surely, what he's trying to do. Do you know what I mean? And I think that we'll be all right under Thomas Frank. Chelsea 2, Spurs 3. Van der Ven hat-trick. Well, he nearly got an hat-trick the other night, didn't he? Right? Yeah. Yeah, I'd be disappointed if Chelsea scored 2 against us, to be fair. Because if you look at it another way, in the last, not including the Monaco game, but 5 games, no, Villa game, Newcastle game, you've actually only had 5 shots on target and you've let in 3 goals. So it's gutting, that is. Absolutely gutting. Our defence is looking better. Will he bring Romero back? I'd imagine he might. Me, I don't go on names, and I haven't done that even when I was managing schoolboy football. If one of our main players, big name players, was out injured and then ready to come back, if his replacement had done a sterling job, I'd keep him in. I don't think anyone should, whether you're captain or not, I don't think anyone should be guaranteed a place. I think everyone should have to fight for their place. Then it gets around. If you know you're going to be playing every week, I think you'll dip a bit. Do you know what I mean? And I think if you know you've got to fight for your place, the levels will stay high. Anyway, I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Good health, everyone. Come on, you Spurs.